Hi guys, my name is Meads. Welcome to my channel. This is going to be a review for the two awesome Revoltech figures I have in front of us. We have Alphonse and Edward Elric from the Full Metal Alchemist series. Really great anime. I watched both of them, the first one and the Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, which is the latest one they had. It's the same storyline, just that it's tweaked a little bit, or actually kind of has a little different story, but it's the same storyline. From what I remember, I can't really remember the first one. But anyways, I'm not gonna go over the anime, but I'm hoping that you guys already watched the anime. If not, it's a great series to watch. But I'm gonna go ahead and review the figures. I'm not gonna do an extensive review, more of like what gimmicks and what cool things you can do with this figures we have here. Starting with Edward Elric. It's pretty much the older brother. Despite his size, he's quite a formidable fighter. And one thing I find interesting is how they did the cape here. It's on that Revoltech joint right there. Well, kind of like it doesn't ratchet. The smaller Revoltech joint doesn't have that ratchet. You do have a peg hole for an action stand. They do have that, as you can see here, and you have to use one of these ball joints, or Revoltech joints. Alright, and you have several hands that you can swap out with, and why don't we do one of them right now? And, whoop, wrong hand. You do have this for the left and right, and pretty much just when they're transmuting, like an open palm. And you do have an effect part for that, and it comes with two, so you can have both of them, and you can actually have clasping together or clapping his hands. But one of his moves is when he transmutes his automail, which is pretty much his right arm. Pretty much detach this, and you can swap it with this right here. It's pretty much mechanical automail, and they do have an extra piece right here, which is I guess I'm assuming it's a sleeve when you got ripped off, which we're just gonna put here, which is kind of cool. Have that effect when he rips it off. And you do have a closed fist for the automail, as you can see here, and also the blade. Which is pretty much what he does. He transmutes his automail to have the blade, and pretty much now he has a weapon he uses to fight against homunculus, or those, I forget what they're called, but they're half human, half animal. They're being transmuted to that. Alright. He does have a straight peg over here, which does pop off from time to time, but it gives you a wide variety of articulations, which I don't really mind. And you do have the ball joint on that shoulder. Another thing I've noticed on this, which I found a little weird, is if you look closely, the ankle joint on the left one is different from this. This one is painted brown. This one is black. I don't know if that's just my version. They didn't paint mine, or they put the wrong ball joint, but that's that. And also the knee. It's not a Revoltech joint. It's just two halves with a straight peg. But this does give you an awesome articulation. And let's see. There's also several faces that you can swap out with. This one is smiling, and you have the angry one, and also you have this comedic angry face, which you see in the anime. So you just move the front part of the hair, take this out. There's one peg over there, and just press it in, push down. There we go. And that's kind of cool that they did that. It's a lot easier than Figma's. And he does have a ball jointed ponytail. And this is really funny. A really great addition for this figure. Alright, now moving to Alphonse. Alphonse is a really nice, pretty much a suit on a knight, metal knight. Really nice finish. Ultra hot. He does have this kind of like a loincloth. It's kind of funny, but pretty much Alphonse is the one who's kind of doing the chores, kind of the younger brother, and I guess that's why he has this. There is a ball joint in the bottom there, so you can kind of, you know, bend it a little bit. I'm not really too sure why. He does have a crazy leg articulation. He can do the high kick, which is surprising for, you know, the size and bulkiness of this figure. And he does have a knee, which is great, and actually a really great bend too. Really nice. The ankle doesn't really give you much movement. Just, you know, basic. I do have a shin guard right there, and even the just overall articulation of this figure and also Edward, really great. And you can have this rubbery fist. You do have other ones. You have the open one, and sadly it doesn't have a peg hole, but I guess you can drill one if you really want to. If you want to apply this, but this effect part only comes on with Edward. For Alphonse, you're only getting in this extra one, which I think I have mentioned yet, but for each one, you're gonna get one, and they're pretty much identical. And that's pretty much for the foot. Before I forgot, there's also this kind of hand, which you get from left and right here. Pretty much just action. And this one just goes here. If I can put it on. Unfortunately, it's only good for the right foot. I don't think you can put. Oh, maybe you can. It's gonna look weird though, but it's only good for one when it's kind of like dashing on the side or something, just for dynamic poses, which is great. And another thing for Alphonse, he has this really nice design here. This one you gotta be a little careful. I wish they put the Revoltech joint there, make it a little, well, it's too thin, but it's there. Fairly good neck movement. And actually, one of the cool ones is, this might be a spoiler if you haven't seen the anime yet, but pretty much the soul of Alphonse, Edward's brother, is sealed in there. Pretty much Edward has to use his blood to draw that transmutation circle inside and to trap his brother's soul, else it'll be gone or lost for eternity. Because, well, I don't want to really go in that way the story, but he has to trap his brother's soul in the armor for him to keep him, else it's just pretty much he lost his body. There we go. He lost his body. And just find a way, find a vessel for him for the meantime till they figure out. And pretty much that's the whole anime about, is trying to get their bodies back, trying to find the mystery why, you know, certain things happen. Yep. So it's actually kind of cool too if you don't have the helmet, as you can see here. Yep. And you do have an extra head right here, which is another comedic one. There's also a sweat on the back too. It's kind of funny, and it has a shorter, this kind of like sash. And I kind of find it hard to put this on because of this double joint, so you kind of have to push it forward. I think that's the easiest way, and put it on. Kind of have to bend it a little bit. There we go. There we go, and just push it up. And yeah, it's kind of funny. And basically, this one is when he's kind of scared or he's kind of embarrassed of what his brother is doing. Because Edward does go in his crazy attitude and going pretty much crazy and doing stupid things. And it's just his brother's concerned face, or could be other things you can work with. So that's really great that they have added this. But I'm just gonna stick with the other face. I like this one more. It's a lot more serious, and he's ready to fight pretty much. There we go. Let's just stick it in. There we go. All right. And now let's try some action poses. Here's a cool one where Edward's doing a high kick or a flying kick, and Alfonso is dodging it. And another one where Edward is pissed off and Al is trying to calm him down, but it doesn't always work. Another shot when he's trying to hold off Edward again. That's really nice what you can do with this. Although I kind of wish that they have a grasping hand to hold weapons. You know, because sometimes Edward uses the staff, and unfortunately there is no holding or fist for him. Let's see what I can come up with. And also you can mix and match with other Revoltech figures. If you have the Mark II Iron Man, and it kind of matches because of the, again, Edward's automail. You can have just part swap it. It actually works out pretty well. And if you have a MSG Kotobuki weapon set, you can pretty much upgrade the fist of Alphonse to this huge knuckle. Yep. And also found that it's best if you use those brown parts. Actually, it kind of gives you a little bit more stability, especially if you have a little bit slippery surface like what I have right now. But yeah, these two are really great figures. I enjoy playing around with them. There's just a lot of possibilities, and there are a lot of variety of poses that you can work with it. Yep, I highly recommend it. Between these two, if you have to choose one, that's really hard to say. Each one has their own characteristics. But if it really boils down, I have to say I really like Alphonse a lot more. I think it's just because of his, the armor look, and it's just amazing how much of articulation he has for his bulk. But Edward is great also, but it's just that I'm not really too fond of how the chest and how it's always slouching. But it's just me. But regardless, you probably gonna be getting both of them up. They work really, they work well with each other. I kind of wish they also do one for Winry, the female character. But something tells me she's better made into a Figma. But I don't know who has the license to make her. But you never know. They might make a Revoltech a Winry in the future, and that'll be great. And also Roy Mustang, but I think he was made to some other figure already. But yeah, there we go. That's my review for these two Revoltech figures. I hope you guys enjoy it, and if you have any suggestion, comments, or pretty much anything you want to relay the message to me, just leave them down below in the comment section, and I'll try my best to answer them for you. Alright, so until then, this is Meads. Thank you for watching.